Hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday. We're so happy that you joined us here on Talk Pittsburgh for a good hour of laughs, conversation. We're going to get into it all today.
I love that. Welcome back, too. We missed you yesterday.
Thanks. It was nice. I needed like a good mental health day to kind of like pull it all together.
And recharge.
Yes, I did.
Get groceries in the fridge.
Yes, it was good.
We all need that.
Amen.
And we want to tell you about some of the stuff that we're working on today. If you are not aware, the Paramount Plus show, Mayor of Kingstown, is filmed here in Pittsburgh. It stars Jeremy Renner. It's now back for a 4th season this upcoming Sunday. We are talking to one of the stars today. I cannot wait. If you are familiar with the show, you know Bunny, aka the real name is Toby Bamtefa, and he's going to talk with us today.
Oh my God.
I cannot wait. But Bunny Washington is one of my favorite characters on the show because he's like, you know he's bad.
But you love him.
But you love him because you know when he comes in that he's going to just amplify that situation and help with the relationship, and it's just so good. So we cannot wait to speak with him.
The show is so good. I feel biased because you know all the shooting locations, and like Jeremy Renner was at the zoo and at Kennywood, so I know the Pittsburgh love runs deep. I can't wait.
I really got into the first season. It was good.
Me too.
Yes.
Obsessed.
All right, so speaking of fanning, this is the concert that so many people were waiting for. It's the Brandy and Monica concert, but unfortunately, it left a lot of people disappointed. So the two performed for the Boy Is Mine concert. This happened in Chicago at the United Center. And Brandy, in the middle of her singing, says, "Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta get my..." And then she doesn't finish the sentence, leaves the stage, never comes back. So the fans were like, what is happening? People were upset. They were mad. They wanted to hear The Boy Is Mine. Never heard it. Monica finished the rest of the concert. So she went on her Instagram on Sunday and posted this. "Thank you all for the overwhelming love, support, and most importantly, your prayers. I sincerely apologize for the abrupt end to last night's performance in Chicago. After weeks of nonstop rehearsals, last night I experienced dehydration and feelings of wanting to faint. Everyone involved agreed that prioritizing my well-being was of the utmost importance. I still made the decision to try and return and give it my all despite not feeling okay." Okay, she goes on and she basically just says, "I'm sorry."
Why do I not buy that? I don't know why I'm not.
Well, because this isn't the first time. And I think that's why it's unfortunate. I know we're going to talk about this in the 3 o'clock drop today, but it's like, you know, we all have a job to do and no one ever wants to disappoint with that job.
Right.
But this isn't the first time that she's experienced some unwell feelings during concerts and just in general. I saw one Instagram that explained a couple of the different incidents that she's gone through in the past.
Like there's been more than 2?
I think maybe 2 is where it's
That's still a lot.
But I think that there's enough for you to say, like, okay, you need to prioritize your health. And before you say, let's do a full concert, let's do this comeback tour, let's do whatever, I think you have to make sure that you're prioritizing yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to take a lot out of you.
It is. I'm thinking that, I think what really made people mad is that there was no explanation while they were at the concert. They were just left hanging and Monica had to carry the rest of the show. I do think that being in concert and going on tour, it takes a lot. It's a lot of stamina that you have to build up. It's the mental, the physical, the back and forth. I mean, she's not a spring chicken anymore. She's older. And so, you know, you got to hydrate. You got to do all of these things. But you need to at least give your audience an explanation if you can talk. You know, if it's not a medical emergency where you're being carted off to the hospital.
And that's exactly what that audience deserved, because I've gotten the opportunity in my radio career to go backstage and get to see kind of like behind the curtain and what they have set up for these artists and how their well-being is. I mean, that is paramount. It is the most important thing that they go out there and they feel their best. Do I think that Brandy did the right thing in leaving if she didn't feel right to perform? Of course. But that's all that the audience deserved was an explanation. Because it's the walking off stage, no explanation, then Monica comes back. It's called The Boy Is Mine tour. I'm sorry, the millennial in me, if I went to that tour and didn't hear The Boy Is Mine,
that's what you're going to see.
What? These people, and now I think about all the people who did all the things to make sure that they could be in that audience. Ticket prices are the most expensive they've ever been right now. There was a lot of moving parts, and I'm not saying that you should prioritize someone else's bank account to your well-being by any means, but these artists they are performers.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the outfit that I picked out, the time that I put into coordinating. I want to see that song.
Think about all these professions where people have to go in and grind every single day. She knows what that's like to be on tour.
Yeah.
And again, yes, I'm with you 100%. Your health is the most important. You only get one body, you only get one life. You have to prioritize your health. But you also know when you sign that contract for the concert, you know what you're getting into. You know it's going to be long rehearsals. You know that the thing that you have in control is drinking enough water, eating the right food, getting enough sleep. Like, you prioritize your health.
Brandy's not new to
Before
this.
you do something.
She knows.
Yeah.
Just
She
an
knows.
explanation. Just a simple explanation
also,
that night. That's
the money people spend on these tickets is out of this world. It's so expensive. If you are not getting what was promised to you, are they getting a refund?
That's
Of
my
course
question.
they're not.
Yeah.
No way. They saw Monica. They saw one. Another person who's not new to the limelight is Kim Kardashian. And before you change the channel, I promise we're going to talk about her just being insane. Happy 45th birthday, by the way. Today is her birthday. And over the weekend, she made headlines, again, by showing up to a red carpet wearing something insane. So she went to the Academy Museum Gala in a full couture face mask designed by Glenn Martens. Now, she admitted what I thought was the funniest part of this whole thing was that this was a totally last-minute look. It happened minutes before she left for the event. And she said her makeup artist, Mario, flew in from New York and was probably not thrilled at her covering up his work of art. Underneath the mask, that means that she has full glam, hair, makeup, the works, just for her to cover it all up. Now, she said that she decided to wear it because it felt very Skims, the aesthetic of Skims, which is her underwear, undergarment line. She also talked about her new viral launch. And if you are anywhere on social media, there's a very good chance that you have seen the faux hair thongs. They're $32. And on the red carpet, she was asked about it. And they said, all right, now that you've explained this look, and she went on to say, you know, it was a last minute thing. They said, tell us about this new product that you launched this past week. And she said, to be honest with you, it was just a fun idea. I was inspired by a photo shoot that I was in a couple years ago. I didn't think that we would sell one. We made a limited run. It sold out within minutes. Minutes. She said she has never seen that kind of response from a product. Now, going back to what I said, don't change, because we were about, obviously, to talk about Kim Kardashian doing something loony. But is she the loony one, or is it us for selling out products like that one and continuously buying what she's selling? This woman is still on red carpets of some of the most exclusive events in Hollywood for a reason.
I don't know. I think, do you guys remember when I showed you all the face kini?
Yeah.
The Chinese thing that blocks the sun.
How could we ever forget it?
This is that.
That's what this reminded me of. Like, the people were just like, I can't hear her. She sounds like Cookie Monster because she's talking through the mask. I just think that she likes attention, and so she thinks of the most awkward, most weird things that people will talk about, just as we are doing now.
Yeah.
And so, and to your question, I don't know why we keep buying these products. I don't know why anyone would buy said pair of underwear like that. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that.
We're out of answers here.
I wouldn't.
The only thing I will say about Kim's outfit, I was actually less drawn to the mask because I feel like we've seen face coverings before.
On her.
On her,
And
right?
Kanye,
Wasn't it the Met Gala,
Yeah,
right?
she did that.
So I feel like I was less drawn to that and more drawn to what was happening with the boning going into the rib cage. I was just so curious how that, right there, it's like, how it feels like there's fingers underneath your ribs. That was
Can
to
she
me,
breathe?
Yeah.
Yes. Like, can we check in with her? But
Did she make it out?
Good though,
Is
because
it-
when she wore the Marilyn Monroe, she couldn't breathe.
Is it art though? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not one, I think, to judge art. I could never look at a beautiful painting and be like, I see what they did there. Like, so maybe there's something that I'm just missing from her expressionism. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
As
know.
to the underwear, I will only say this. I saw a really funny video that said, we can grow our own garden.
Yeah, there you go.
So just grow your own
All
garden.
of us are capable.
Save the $32.
Okay, we've all been big mad before. You know, like you just can't let go, and you feel like once you're in that state, you just keep fueling it with more and more stuff, and you just find more things to be mad about. It happens. It happens to all of us.
fine.
Yeah.
But apparently, if you are in a constant state of being PO'd, you are hurting your brain more than you even realize. Take a listen.
Chronic anger floods your system with cortisol, and that shrinks your hippocampus, which messes with your memory and tanks your impulse control. Most people think that anger is a natural release. It isn't. It's not release. It's rehearsal. Every time you replay the story, you reinforce the same brain loop. And neurons that fire together, wire together.
Does this make sense to you all? Like, this makes so much sense that, you know what, when you had a really hard day, maybe you had an argument with somebody at work or even like at the grocery, like wherever it might be, you had this confrontation and it sticks in your head and you're replaying the scene over and over again. You find more to get mad at about that situation. That's essentially what he's saying, is that you can get stuck there because it's the same part of your brain that's working. The guy is Michael Hunter, by the way. He has a huge account. It's called Up Spiral Life, and he does a lot of like manifestation and talks a lot about how we can be more positive about things in life. But back to the anger. He said that here's how you can rewire if you find yourself stuck in this loop. He said, name the feeling. Just say like, I am angry about this, even if no one else is around. It's moving that feeling to where it needs to be, to a different part of your brain. Breathe, of course, we know this. And he says, do something that's physical, like go for a walk, go for a run, use some sort of like physical outlet, because there's so much adrenaline tied up with being mad that if you can find a way to release it. The only thing I can think about is like these very angry, like if you've ever seen like a role played in a movie with this very angry CEO and they always like drop dead in the movie from a heart attack. Because there's so much stress tied up with being that angry all the time.
And it is so easy to spiral. Like I think about especially work things, like you said in the grocery store when you're with like the general public and you don't know anyone and then you call someone to recollect what just happened to you in the grocery store and then your friend's like, no way. Did you say something? Oh my God, I would have died. It's the giving flame. It's giving fuel to the flame. I will say this is why I hate a devil's advocate. However, it's why they are necessary. This is my husband. This is the role he plays in my life. When I come home on fire, when I come home literally with smoke trailing behind me because I can't wait to tell him who did this and XYZ, he's like, Kel, relax, you're home now. You're gonna give it this much energy? Do I feel stupid? But does he completely put out that flame?
You need. He's your fire blanket.
He's right. I just breathe, I let it go, and then I move on. That's it.
I need that.
Good life advice.
Great
Still
advice.
to come on Talk Pittsburgh, what happens when your mom discovers your viral TikToks and they're all about her? Our advice columnist is weighing in on this mother-daughter drama unfolding over social media.
And this weekend, one of the Southside's coolest spots is turning into a haunted Halloween hangout. Boaz, what can we expect when the sun goes down this Saturday?
Oh, things are getting pretty spooky here on the High Line. There are so many things going on. There are terrifying creatures, there's music, there's crafts, and more. I'm going to tell you all about it. That's after the break.
Hey everybody, Talk Pittsburgh is looking for amazing educators for our Teach Me Tuesday segment. This is your chance to shine the spotlight on the incredible schools, students, and classrooms that make up our communities.
Shaler Area High School.
Hello to Miss Katie Boris from Dormont Elementary School.
Whether it's showcasing teaching methods, student stories, or classroom experiences, we want to hear from you. If you or someone you know is a teacher and wants to be featured, email us at talkpittsburgh@kdka.com.
If you're into ghost ghouls and a whole lot of glam, a new event on the South Side is where you want to be this weekend. It's part haunted house, part Halloween party, and 100% a vibe. Our fearless reporter Boaz is giving us a preview of Haunt on the High Line. Hey, Boaz.
Hey, I haven't been terrified yet, but it could happen before this segment is done. I want to introduce you to Kendall over here, who's the MC, someone wrangling all this together, and there is so much happening at the High Line this weekend.
We are packing this whole place up. It is a music festival event, haunted house, one-stop shop for everything you want to do this Halloween season. So any Halloween party, any haunted house, any kind of cool, exciting moment that you want to have, we got it all right here.
And so here, the High Line, we can sort of walk over here, and this, right now it just looks normal, and you can probably hear the train behind me too, but it's going to be a haunted sort of alleyway coming up this Saturday night.
Yes, so this entire alleyway is going to be filled with our vendors, tattoo artists, piercers, performers. We have scare actors, haunt actors. So like Fright Fest at Kennywood, or maybe if you're going to 100 Acres Manor, we're going to be filling this entire hallway with all of that this Saturday.
And of course there's food and beer, right? You need that.
Absolutely. You need to be hydrated and fed. So we have Burgers Brewing, who has provided us with some food. We have some drinks. We have the Carry, which is our Helles beer that we have for them.
What's smoke control over here? That sounds interesting.
This is an award-winning beer, second place in 2024 GABF. It's a smoked Helles. It's Kerry, just with a little bit of smoky note.
Well, that seems like a little spooky, appropriate for the theme. Well, let's keep going over here because there's so much going on. You also have vendors, right?
We have all kinds of vendors. So we have our oddity vendors. We have our tattoo artists and piercers. We are doing things with cryptid. The Catacomb Creations, who has provided all of our decorations. They're also going to be our vendors selling some of our spooky oddities, earrings, anything that you want to do this season. Like if you didn't get out to the Curiosities Oddities Festival at the convention, we have it all right here. So we are doing our runes, we have our decorations. If you want to make your place look as spooky as possible and you didn't get the Spirit Halloween, we're going to have the best of the best provided for you all right here. And we have so many. We have over 20 vendors who are going to be coming for this show.
And I love these paintings over here. And Nirvana, you're going to be leading like a little painting workshop too.
I am. I'm super excited. I'm going to have people come in, paint with me, relax for a little bit during all of these things going on, and we're going to create some beautiful art.
I love it. Well, there's so much to look forward to. And where is this from?
It's from a ram. We keep eating in our living room. We just bring it out for shows. So.
I love that. You need to have a ram to bring out for shows. I get it.
Why not?
Well, very cool. What are these for? Are we going to like cast spells with these?
They're Nordic runes for like readings and stuff like that.
No big deal, just some Nordic ruins. Oh, well, speaking of tarot readings over here, Sage is over here, and we're going to check in with Sage quickly because we're going to do a quick reading over here. So we've got some crystals, so I just take a seat over here.
Yep, I'm going to have you touch this deck just for a moment. It's going to imbue it with your energy, and that way when I shuffle it and give you the card, it'll be for you specifically. All right, we'll do this real quick. That one. Alrighty, the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands talks about the community and also, sorry, a little nervous on camera. That's all right. Give me just a moment.
We got the Three of Wands. That sounds good to me. I would say the Three of Wands sounds great.
Wands imbue the element of fire, which is like your passions and your creativity, your drive. Like think of the things you think of when you think of fire, like your passions, your energy, the things that make you move forward and that you get really fired up about in life. And three is about community.
I would say the thing I get really fired up about is this event, Haunt on the High Line. And how many DJs and bands are there going to be?
So we are going to have 9 EDM DJs. We're going to have 3 hip-hop artists. We're going to be going from 5 until 10 o'clock the entire evening, and it's going to be with this entire view of the skyline right behind us, with everything provided by TJ Harrison Entertainment Group. So we have Burgers Brewing, Noblestein Brewing, FBE Consulting and Events presents Haunt on the High Line, which is the first of its kind, and then we're hoping to do this again every year going forward.
Well, I don't think you need anything else at this event. It seems like we've got everything we need, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Boaz. And that reading was so accurate. You're one of the most creative people I know, and you are so passionate about mascots. I love that. All right, thanks, Boaz. Haunt on the High Line is happening this Saturday on the South Side. We have more information about this night of spooky fun on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. It's Tuesday, so it's about that time to highlight another incredible local educator, Heather, who's getting some recognition this week.
We're so excited about this because this week we are celebrating the work of a school psychologist who's helping students learn the true meaning of friendship. And she just earned a regional award for building a culture of inclusion at her school. An important Teach Me Tuesday is coming up after the break right here in studio. Don't go anywhere. When we talk about creating inclusive spaces in schools, it's not just about curriculum, it's about connection. And at Hain Elementary School in Cranberry, that spirit is alive thanks to a school psychologist who was named Best Buddies Advisor of the Year for our region.
And we are so excited that she's joining us today in today's Teach Me Tuesday. We're so excited also to share more about her incredible work being done by Dr. Kathy Mahon at Seneca Valley to build friendship and belonging for all students. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
What an honor. Now, how did you come up with the idea to bring Best Buddies to your school? Because I know that this was 100% headed by you.
So this dates to pre-COVID. I had the idea based on just by nature of my job. I work with students with special needs all of the time. I also have a daughter with special needs, and so I really wanted to bring Best Buddies to our school. And so I started working on it pre-COVID, and then it was on hold for several years.
Sure.
But then we were able to launch. This is our third year, and it's been thriving.
Yeah.
We are very fortunate here to already know about the program. For people who don't know at home, this is a way for people to have that friend, maybe that they might feel isolated otherwise. Can you tell us a little bit more about how it works?
Sure. At the elementary level, it's more of a group setting. It's not a one-on-one that they do more so at the secondary setting. But we pull the kids together, we do some group activities, and with the students who have the special needs and peer buddies, and we do things such as pumpkin painting. That's always a crowd favorite. We're doing that again next week. Last year we made ornaments, and they were put on the a Best Buddies tree at the Cranberry Municipal Center. So we do activities like that more in a group setting.
I love that. And we just saw some wonderful pictures of these sweet
smiles.
faces.
Yeah.
They are just lighting up. What changes have you seen in these kiddos since you've brought this programming?
So I feel as though the peer buddies, the peer friends are, they have more of a comfort level. And we've always had a culture of inclusivity at Hain, but it just extends it to more students. And I think they have a comfort level, and it opens their eyes too to different abilities that they may not see on a daily basis. Although the students are in the building, they may not cross paths with them. We have a very large building, so this really brings them together.
Well, it's just the power of friendship. I mean, even just one relationship, one mentorship, one person out there who believes in you or just listens to you can do a world of difference. Every year you also do a walk for Best Buddies. Tell us more about that.
So we started that our first year, and we took a real risk. We just said, let's try this, and we hoped we'd have 50 people, and we ended up with 250 people and raised over $5,000 for Best Buddies Pennsylvania. So we repeated it last year, and we had almost 300 people and raised over $7,000. So we're going to keep rolling with it. We have it planned again for May 30th next year.
Congratulations on that. And how do you think that your daughter's participation in Best Buddies has kind of shaped your passion for this work? Because I know that we are so blessed to have many families of many different needs who watch our show every day. And I think as a parent, you can speak to them.
She lights up when it's Best Buddies Day. She loves it. She's made so many friends. Her circle of friends is wonderful. It's open to opportunities for her. They really look out for her. She has fun with them. She absolutely enjoys it. As a matter of fact, I'm taking her to an activity this evening.
Oh, great.
We focused a lot on Best Buddies in our conversation with you, but you do so much more. What does a typical day look like for you in your office?
Well, I do. Oh my! I do a lot of evaluations for students who we suspect have needs of various kinds. I do sit in a lot of meetings, consultation, collaboration. Oh my! Right? It's just
your main job is really making sure that their well-being is taken care of in any way possible.
Correct.
You're doing really wonderful work.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for what you do for kiddos.
If you or someone you know is an educator who would be great for Teach Me Tuesday, let us know. Reach out to us through our email, talkpittsburgh@kdka.com, for a chance to be featured on the show.
And still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, can adding another couple to your date night actually make your relationship stronger? What? The surprise perks of double dating. That's next. Sometimes the best way to spark new energy into your relationship isn't another solo date. It's inviting another couple along for the ride. Not like that.
So I'm only going to speak for myself. If you're anything like my husband and I, we really don't get a chance to hang out with other couples. Usually it's just like us out on a date. So listen to what this content creator, her name is Logan Ury. She's a behavioral scientist. She's a dating coach. Listen to what she has to say on why she prefers double dating.
When my husband talks about things he's working on or ideas he's had, I feel so attracted to him. I'm seeing him in this new light. I'm seeing him in the light of other people who admire him or who love him and care for him. And then when I talk, I feel like, wow, I'm actually sharing stuff that I haven't even gotten around to telling him this week.
Yeah, so she also says it's a time for her to feel like someone other than mom. And I looked a little bit further into this, and this is from marriage.com, and it says that double dating can provide insight to other couples' dynamics, and you can learn from them. It creates shared memories, and it gives you a support system because you have other married couples that understand what it feels like to be married.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. I especially, what she just described, whenever your husband goes on to talk about something that you haven't gone over 18 times that week, I too am like, okay. Get it. What did we do at work this week? Because I was too busy talking to you about like if Nora had her shin guards on for soccer. And I also love I will say comparison is the thief of joy, I know, but I've noticed on a lot of double dates that Mark and I have been on that I'm not comparing in a, oh, we're better off than them kind of way. It's more of like a, we're not alone.
Yeah.
Exactly like you said, like
in the same boat.
we are all losing it, and that's okay. We're keeping it together.
It is funny, even just like talking with friends, if we're out on the driveway and I'll hear Frankie share a story and I'm like, oh wait, we haven't talked. We haven't talked at all.
Who are you?
Yes. We haven't, or he'll be surprised by, he's like, wait, what? When did that happen? And I'm like, oh wait, we haven't had time to discuss anything outside of the typical, like, did you clean it from dinner? We have to do this. Did you do this laundry? Did you do this? We have to go to the grocery store. I have to do that. Like, it's just all the managerial stuff.
Totally, admin work.
Yes, all the admin work. I love this. It's funny because it has to be, I think for this to work, it has to be with friends that both people want to be there with, because otherwise it feels like something else to do. Like, I think that both parties need to be, I'm sure you guys have been there before.
Oh, yeah.
Where you've dragged your husband to a date and they're like,
and they don't really want to be there.
This.
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know
like
anything
him.
about them. Or, it's the work that goes into starting a new relationship, because then they also have to be contributing to that relationship.
Yeah.
So I think it sometimes can be, you have to make sure that it's the right people.
Yes.
I miss this, actually. I miss like just hanging out with big groups of friends, because it's just fun at the end of the day. And then you have something to talk about, not in a bad way, but just like you have that shared experience.
And a new experience.
And a new experience, right? So I like this idea.
All right,
Double
so
dating.
Triple date. Let's do it, girls.
Let's do it. In this day and age, social media can make relationships way more complicated than they used to be. Whether it's your romantic life or your family drama, nothing stays offline for too long. Find out what Natalie B thinks about these hashtag headaches.
And we're taking a trip to Kingstown. Star Toby Bamtefa joins us next to talk Mayor of Kingstown. I wonder what Pittsburgh spots we'll see on the screen. That conversation's coming up next.
Whoever hit these Russians, they'll come after you.
Nah.
No?
I'm making moves, Mike. Somebody in clad.
What moves you making?
Just a little housekeeping, man. We gotta keep these streets pin drop quiet.
How long's that gonna last?
Try to keep your positive hat on, Mike.
It's dark with a little humor and grit with a lot of drama. Mayor of Kingstown is back for season 4 this Sunday.
When you watch the show, you'll recognize a lot of the locations because it's shot right here in Pittsburgh. Joining us to talk about the brand new season is actor Toby Bamtefa, and we are so happy to have you here. It's so
Yes.
We're just pumped to be able to speak with you about this. I have to say that I think my favorite character of the show is Bunny Washington.
Easily.
And whenever you come in, I know that there's going to be this mix of like friendship and also like, how are these two friends? How is this working?
Why does it work? Tell us that.
Well, thanks for the lovely comments. It works because Mike and Bunny understand themselves in a way that not everybody else does. You know, they are perhaps one of the few people in Kingstown who see what life could be like, albeit they chase that vision in a very different way. Or alternatively, they also have very realistic views of, you know, what the reality is. You know, so they're not so with the fairies and stuff, you know, dreaming about all of these things that they fail to see what's in front of them. They're very pragmatic about these things. Yeah. And they also have each other's backs because of that. So it puts them in a lot of conflict, you know. That's your bestie, but also your bestie's kind of doing a bit of a madness, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So in some of the spicy books I read, we call this morally gray, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. We like a morally gray character.
That's what you are, buddy.
We want to talk a little bit about Pittsburgh because you spend so much time here while you're filming.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite location? We have to ask because also, having spent so much time in this city, that we are obsessed with everything in and around it. So what what would you say your number one spot?
So there's I keep mispronouncing this, but the Mahongane, what's it called? The river?
No, you nailed it.
None of us actually, we just call it the Mon because none of us can say it, so it's fine.
There's too many syllables.
But I love that stretch. My wife and I go for walks sometimes down there and stuff like that, and it's beautiful. And also there's a like a high rise, it's on a hill where the funicular is.
Mount Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mount Washington, exactly. So you can kind of like see the whole city and stuff, and it's beautiful. I love how green it is. It's shockingly, considering it's a steel city. There's factories all over the place and stuff. There is a lot of greenery, which can be very grounding. It's beautiful to walk around in and just to experience. There's also a lot of artwork. There's beautiful stuff, beautiful music. And just a lot of things going on in Pittsburgh.
Wow. I mean, you just made us fall in love all over again, Toby. This has really been. Thank you for your love for our city because we really have loved having you in the cast here.
I will say it's interesting because even watching the first season, you're picking up these little bits and pieces, and you're like, it's filmed here, but then you see this like darker, grittier side, and you're like, oh, that's also part of our.
That's
area.
us. Yeah.
Us. Like we have a dual. Like there's still this part of Pittsburgh that's still needs to catch up from the old steel days. Like there's still a lot of that too.
Yeah. But that's what's beautiful about it, to be honest, because then these places can receive, I guess, what would be described as a bit of a new birth. They can be rejuvenated again. You know what I'm saying? And there's a beauty to it. There's a history to it, which if you understand what this area represented and what it represented to the people who lived there and what it's being shown as now, it's kind of like, oh, okay, so this is a different use for it. You know what I'm saying? And Pittsburgh is a city that sort of feels very good at that. It has these old structures which are then being reused in a very different and very beautiful way. And that kind of brings people together. So I just love it. I love it. My wife and I love Pittsburgh.
Oh, we love to hear that.
Bring wifey and I back. I am about to cry for that little love letter. Thank you. And our accents sound the same too. We're all pretty much family. Please come back soon.
Yins for life, baby.
Oh, what a cool conversation.
That's
so great to meet you. Thank you so much, Toby.
Mayor of Kingstown Season 4, starring Oscar nominee Jeremy Renner and Emmy Award winner Edie Falco, is streaming on Paramount Plus starting Sunday. Do not miss this season.
Is this going to be in your soft pants watch?
Oh, you betcha.
It's coming. Don't go anywhere. Natalie Bensavenga is here with advice to just some of your juiciest questions. Talk Pittsburgh. We'll be right back.
What do you get when you mix romance, family, and way too much internet access? A couple of dilemmas that are so 2025 it hurts.
Yes, we've got Natalie Bensavenga here to help us untangle this digital mess. And we're starting off with dating in the age of influencers. So here we go. This is going to be good. Okay,
so good.
I went on a date with someone I thought was just an overzealous foodie, but he turned out to be an influencer who has a large Instagram following. He took me to a great restaurant, but proceeded to bring a ring light and asked me to help him film while we ate. I started making jokes about the absurdity of dating in 2025. He became offended and told me how this is his livelihood. He wants to go out again after I apologize, but I'm not sure. He seems nice, but I don't think I'm made for this kind of stuff. What should I do?
Oh my, okay, first of all, if someone pulled out a ring light while I was eating, no one needs to see that situation, okay? I'm Italian, like it's not pretty. Let's just start there, like no one needs that for the internet. No, but the reality being, this is what people are experiencing, because this is not the first time I've had a question like this. That's why the first one I got, I was just like, this is ridiculous. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is a thing that now people are experiencing. What I don't like about this situation was the presumption that she would be okay with having her date co-opted by his work. If he would have given her a heads up and said, hey, I'm doing this thing, I'm gonna get a free meal, do you wanna come? Because I'm assuming,
absolutely.
right?
They're trading.
They're trading. Do you wanna come? Like, we can literally order everything. I would have been like, heck yes, I'll hold the light for you. Can I have a couple cocktails in this mix? But if she's sitting down thinking we're getting to know each other and this is what we're dealing with, and then the fact that he wants to go out with her again.
I'm sorry.
No. And she apologized. What are you apologizing for? I died when I read this.
Me too. If this is his line of work, okay, fine. But let's wait a little bit. Like, we just started dating. Like, don't pull this out on me on the first, second date. Like, let's get into the relationship a little more. I get to know you, you get to know me, and then let's talk about that.
Well, you guys are both in media. Do you go out to dinner with your partners and start filming yourselves like without? No. Okay, maybe you do.
So it really all depends. I have in the past.
You're married. It's different.
If I'm there for work, but we know that beforehand.
Yes.
Also, I would have an issue with the first date being traded out.
Take
the bill on the first date.
Thank you.
I will collab with you literally on the second.
This is where we're at.
I can't.
It's not even romance anymore. It's collaboration. Ew. No, I'm not okay with any of this, you guys. I'm old school.
Take the bill. All right, next one. My mom's been following me on TikTok recently, and she didn't realize that a lot of my content is about difficult mother-daughter relationships. I pull from my experiences with her and have grown quite a following. We haven't had a great relationship for a long time, but now it's getting worse because she keeps on going on my posts and defending herself. Should I talk to her about this? Whenever we see each other in person, she never brings it up, but should I block her? Not sure what to do, but it proves my point in needing therapy.
I mean, I think this one in particular was probably triggering for people if they do have a difficult parent-child relationship, right? Because even as an adult person, if you have a strained relationship with a parent and you're trying to work that out, whatever that looks like for you, and they're weighing in real time, I think
publicly,
yes, I think mom needs to be blocked on this account. But I would also say this. In mom's defense, if mom's never heard any of this before,
that's what I was gonna
this
say.
would be like, this isn't, these aren't the days where you're annoyed with mom and you call your sister or your aunt or your grandma to complain, and then through the grapevine, it gets back to her, because we all know those conversations never remain confidential. Let's be real.
To everyone.
You know where it's going. You're hoping it gets back to them, and that you're not going to have to deliver it. But this is like a whole new level. And I do think in a way, I could see how the mother would feel disrespected regardless of their dynamic, just because other people, I'm sure, know what's going on now in a very public way. But why would you think commenting publicly back is going to help? Why not at least DM her and be like, I saw this.
Or screenshot.
Can we talk about it?
What are we doing?
Yeah. Can we talk about this? Could you please not? So I think there's a lot of passive-aggressive tit for tat happening here that probably goes all the way back. So they need to be in therapy together and individually.
Sounds like some unresolved trauma for sure.
Absolutely. And like you said, if this is the first time that mom has heard about any of these issues and she's just trying to, you know, make money on her unresolved childhood trauma.
That's not fair.
But
that's sticky.
Yeah, it's just this whole world. I mean, I'm getting more and more questions around how we're interacting with digital, and I think we're going to be moving into the AI situation soon. I'm getting a lot on that.
Giddy up.
Even worse.
Next up. If you'd like to read more of the Ask Natalie advice column, we're going to link you up on our website, kdk.com/talkpittsburgh.
All right, and get those phones out because it's time to vote for one of the topics Natalie will discuss next month. Up first, what do you do if you find out a secret that can blow up everything? That's what a woman is facing after her oldest sister drunkenly spilled the beans and shared a huge shocker about their mom. Does the woman keep the secret to herself or tell her mom that she knows what's going on?
Oh, family, I love it. And our second situation deals with a loving husband caring for his wife of over 40 years who is now suffering from dementia. After a dangerous incident at their home, their daughter fears for both of their safety, but her father refuses to put his wife in a nursing home. Now their daughter's left asking, how do you protect your parents when one won't accept help? Wow, that's relatable. You can vote by scanning the QR code or go to kdk.com/connect.
These are some tough situations.
They are.
Yeah. All right, well, still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, whether it was bad vocals, off-key vibes, or a headliner who never showed your concert horror stories are taking center stage. This week's 3 o'clock drop is coming up after the break.
We've all been there. You bought the ticket, you got the outfit, you hyped it up on Instagram, then the concert flops harder than a surprise album that no one asked for.
This week's 3 o'clock drop is serving concert regret, and we've got Kiki B. Jones from Whammo here to share your most disappointing live music moments, because if we know anything, it's that we like to complain.
You got it.
And we're giving you the space to do that in today's 3 o'clock drop.
Concert tickets are not cheap.
They're
I
not
need you on point.
You got it.
And this really stemmed from our conversation about Brandy. We're all thinking about her. We all want her to be well. But I think when you spend that much money on a concert, you expect something from it.
I'm sure she expected not to almost faint.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And I don't think she's ever been a person that's been on tour, but I feel bad for her. But for me, my personal experience, I wouldn't say a concert, but I went to see Dave Chappelle, who I think is hilarious.
Same.
But he came and he was at the Paints and he was terrible. He was not funny.
Get out!
And did the whole crowd know it?
Well, everybody kept saying, "We can't hear you." And so, and it was just bad. Like, he just wasn't funny.
Honestly, that is some of the hardest. I've been to shows, comedy shows, where people aren't funny, and it's like awkward.
You're flopping.
You don't want to get up because then they'll be like, "Where are you going?" Like,
not here.
You're not funny, buddy.
I don't want to be here.
Roll the music.
Okay, let's get to some of your comments. Amy Rebecca says Paula Abdul. Granted, she opened for, oh my gosh, how do you say this again? New Kids on the Block. I don't know, guys.
It's the acronym of it all.
I would say Inkadabi. Inkadabi. She went to Inkadabi.
What planet are you two from? What? How am I supposed to do this job with them? NKOTB? Oh my God.
Flip. Okay, got it. Okay, we're back. But she legit brought out a portable oxygen tank. It was weird.
Paula Abdul?
That's what you get for going to see Paula Abdul.
Sorry. Keep going.
Let Paula retire.
Paula Abdul.
Please carry this conversation and just go.
I got this one.
Okay.
Mark Berger is up next. Bob Dylan. First time and last I ever saw him was in the mid-90s during his Can't Understand Him as he rushed through each song and not playing the hits tonight phase. Left 20 minutes in, very disappointed. This had to have been so bad for you to leave a Bob Dylan show. I think this is on my own father's personal bucket list. Bob. Maybe another one that should retire.
Oh, Shayla Penn, I know it's a huge surprise. Lauryn Hill. She was almost 3 hours late, and every song was sped up with like a rock band music feel. I was hotter than fish grease, she said too.
That's hot.
That's hot, Shayla.
That's hot.
Very hot.
I will never go to an El Boogie concert. Ever. Never.
Because of that,
ever.
she shows up.
But she's not. So we're waiting for her to be the miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
And she's clearly not that person. She's not that.
I remember someone saying about Mariah Carey that she was always, people were sitting in their seats waiting for hours for,
Nope.
So.
No, and especially when the artists give it 12%. A lot of the time, I went to see Mariah many times. She's killed it many times, but there have been a few where I'm like, can we plug her in and charge her? Because she needs a nap. Erica, you're up next. My friend and I took her teenagers to see Luke Combs in Columbus. The people around us were so drunk that one person almost fell off the balcony. People behind us were all falling on us, and the people next to us were practically in our laps because they weren't actually seats. We left right after Luke got started and listened from the parking lot. Erica, I'm so sorry about that. It's amazing how everyone has their first beer on concert.
I know. Okay, we don't have time, but just very quickly, Joanne says Frank Sinatra in 1993. I'll be honest, when I read this first, I was like, Frank Sinatra was still alive in 1993.
First thought.
How old was he? And
I don't know. Well, it was embarrassing. Forgot the words to the songs and looked lost on stage.
He was 100.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Retire.
Thanks for the laughs. Thanks for bearing with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, I think. I don't know. Thanks for being with us today. Coming up tomorrow on Talk Pittsburgh, October is Menopause Awareness Month. We're diving into the myths about menopause and knowing when it's time to call your doctor.
With expert insight and real talk about what millions of women go through but rarely discuss. Thanks for joining us for Talk Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we will also be streaming on CBS News Pittsburgh tonight at 9. KDKA TV News at 4 starts now.